new highway in his heart so the blood will pump better.
Yeah, in the vein.
And I can say that because I work for PennDOT. So.
Oh.
Oh, cool. Okay.
We are live on Rockin' with Rahul and the Three Amigos. It's just me and William today. Our two co-hosts, Charlie and Basil, are not feeling well, so I think it's even though they won't be here, we are still gonna have a fun show. So we got two special guests. Can you introduce yourself to the listeners and what you guys do?
Yeah.
Well, my name is Kathleen DeLady Fink, as most people know me, and I work for PennDOT in King of Prussia with Rahul. And this is my husband, Alan, and he will introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Alan Fink, and I work for Genesis Healthcare.
Close by, but just not quite there.
How long have you been with Genesis Healthcare for?
Yeah, Alan.
Well, I started as a contractor in the end of 2011, and I was working on a project where they were bringing up new standalone rehab facilities. So there were usually one desktop and one laptop and a bunch of iPads and a printer that needed to be set up for the gym, for the PTs, OTs, and STs to treat the patients that were coming into the standalone rehab. So I worked in that department, and the money ran out for the contract around the holidays, and then an interesting thing happened. During the process, there were two other contractors that were working there. And whenever there was a lull in the work, they'd be on their computer playing solitaire. But not me. I went to the manager and I said, "Do you got anything else for me to do?" So I made myself more useful. And then in April, they called me up and asked me if I was interested in coming on full time. And I took a big pay cut, but I was laid off from the last job because they shut down the department, and I didn't want to get laid off again. So I applied for a position I knew I was overqualified for, and they told me I was overqualified, but it was less stress. So less stress, less money. It wasn't, we figured it out, and I've been there since permanent since April of 2012.
Ready? Yep, it's good.
Hey, Kathleen, how long have you worked at PennDOT?
20 years.
Wow.
I started in September of 2005 when my son started kindergarten. And it was a really old office that moved to Granite Run. It was called Bortondale, and it was a little state police barracks. And what I liked about it was, even if the weather was bad, and I didn't drive back then, I did not have a driver's license when I started at PennDOT. And I could walk to work if I had to. Then when they moved our office to Granite Run, I worked there till there was an opening in King of Prussia. I live in Media, but I, like everybody that I work with, better at King of Prussia. Everybody's just nicer there.
Yeah.
Especially Rahul, but he didn't tell me to say that. I would say that anyway. He makes me every day.
Did you had any other jobs before PennDOT?
Oh yeah, I did. My first job was I was a teenager. I worked at a daycare center. Then I worked at a dry cleaner. Then I worked as a secretary. That was for a few years. Then I worked for a social service agency. I started as a secretary there, and I ended up working directly with clients at a shelter workshop, and I worked in a group home from about 89 to 2004. I wanted to spend time with my son because I didn't spend a lot of time with him, and I was able to have some time off so I can hang out with my son before he started kindergarten. So yeah, I've had a few different jobs.
Do you like working in the daycare center?
Yeah.
It was okay. I was too young to be really good at it. I didn't have a lot of patience back then. I liked it, but I only worked there after school for a few hours. I worked there a few months, and then I worked at the dry cleanery after that. I kind of liked that, but it was hot in there because the presses were hot and all. I liked the daycare center. That was okay. I liked the kids. The kids were great. And I still got to tell you, my favorite job is still PennDOT. Is everything I learned from every other job I bring here.
Yeah. What about you, Alan? Did you have any other jobs before the one you're doing now?
Yeah, sure. Before Genesis Healthcare, I was working doing, actually, I'll go back even further. I created a position for myself when I was working at the Ridge Avenue shelter. I was a client aide, and I was starting over, and the job was connected to Diagnostic Rehabilitation Center down at 2nd and Arch. They ran the shelter at 13th and Broad and 13th Street. Well, actually, Broad and Ridge, not Broad and 13th, Broad and Ridge. And there was a research project that was starting to take place. The National Institute on Alcoholism and Alcohol Abuse got together with Temple University, and students at Temple University were doing a research study to see the effects of services on homeless addicted men. So when the guys would come in to get a bed at 9 o'clock, then we would ask them if they wanted to either go in, if they had a problem with substance abuse, we'd ask them, or if they wanted to go into rehab, inpatient, or they would want to go to outpatient treatment, or they would just want to bypass services. And they went into case management if necessary, or inpatient if necessary. But they had these intake forms. There was a stack of them, and they were sitting in the corner, and nobody was doing anything with them. And and this was 1991, and there was a computer, a Mac Plus, that was sitting in the corner that the manager of the research project on the shelter side wasn't using. He was like, he was into word processors were popular back then, not personal computers. So I asked him if I could mess around with it, and he trusted me, and I taught myself how to use this Mac Plus. And that's the kind of computer that had no hard drive. It just had an internal floppy and an external floppy. So you were constantly playing musical discs to get the system, to get what you need to get done, because there was a floppy that had the system on it, a floppy that had the apps on it, and a floppy that had all your documents on it. So I started to learn how to use this computer, and there was a program on it called Microsoft Works, not Word, but Works. So it was like a program that had 4 different apps built into it. There was a word processor, a database, a spreadsheet, and some kind of a drawing program. And I created a database of all of the intake forms and made some graphs and some pie charts and showed it to the steering committee, and they invited me to join and made me the data manager.
Have
So
you
created the
heard of
position.
other Microsoft platforms like Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint, Microsoft Word?
This was before them.
Yeah,
This was even before those programs were invented. They had something called Works that had a little bit, it was like a beginning of those before they actually were created. So it was like 4 apps in one. So
yeah.
I mastered that and I created a position for myself, invited into the steering committee. So I was the data manager. And then from there, when I left there, I got a job at Mac Temps. And I was doing contract work. And right around the year 2000, I was still doing contract work. I was working for AT&T and a couple other big companies. But I was right
Do you
around
like?
Y2K.
Yeah.
Do you remember Y2K? What happened? Where all the computers were, they were going to say the world's going to end, and
Yeah, I heard that before.
because they weren't prepared for a 4-digit date, and they were using an old style applications. All the businesses were scrambling to update the BIOS, and so right before Y2K, or right after Y2K, everybody ran out of money. There was no contract work available. And in the spring, I was interviewing for a company called GTE, which is the Bell Telephone of the South. GTE's was the Ma Bell in Texas and other places. And I was interviewing for a position for a manager, a first level manager at GTE, and I had what they did was they installed PBXs. PBX is a public branch exchange, and it's like a phone system where you pick up the phone in a hospital or a college or something, and you hit 9 to get a dial tone. Well, that's a PBX. That's a public branch exchange system. So the company, right? So Verizon actually GTE was installing and maintaining PBXs, and I was hired as a first level manager to do that. Even though I had no telecom experience, I just had computer experience. But the manager there saw the convergence of data and voice all the way back in the year 2000, and he wanted me to help him bridge the gap between data and voice. And now, today, you plug your phone into the Ethernet port, and then you plug your computer into the phone. So he was right how things are going to be going, so I was there at GTE for 3 months, and then the company merged with Verizon. So I became a first level manager at Verizon. I had like 21 field techs working, or field and sited techs working for me. It was hard because I had a subordinate who was trying to get the job, and he wasn't qualified for it because of his temperament. So I had to direct him how to do his job, and he resented it. He filed a complaint against me, and I actually overcame that, which was good because my boss said it's very hard to overcome a reputation. Let's see if you can do it, because they put me on a performance plan, but I did it, and I was there until they shut down the department in 2011.
Did
I was
you
there
like?
11 years.
Did you like the staff you worked with when you were in Verizon?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. I mean, I was a manager. There were like 4 managers, and we had a whole bunch of techs. It was great, and it was great because it was all the techs were considered management, not managers, but management. And then that one guy who had a resentment against me and made my job difficult decided to get IBEW and CWA involved to bring a union in. And CWA Local 13,000 was chosen for that shop. And then the whole atmosphere changed. It became adversarial. It wasn't like that before the union came on board. But I guess that's progress.
You were on the union also back
No,
then?
it was just
He
a
was a
text.
supervisor.
I was a supervisor.
Yeah.
Yep, and like I said, the whole atmosphere changed. It was friendly beforehand, and then it was like, once in a while, if they needed me to do something, I could take care of it. But as soon as the union came on board, no, you can't do that anymore. That's a union job. So it hindered the customers.
Okay.
Is what it is. I'm grateful she's in a union.
Yeah.
You should be.
Right.
Yeah. Your health insurance, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my sister. Yeah,
Kathy,
that Verizon
um,
company right next to what's that?
Ronald's asking me questions.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
after PennDOT, do you plan on like moving up in PennDOT or something?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to be an auditor, to be honest with you. I'd like to
Yeah.
either be an auditor or something like that. I don't see myself being a supervisor just because I just think they don't trust their employees enough.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they kind of treat us like we're children and not adults. And it's probably like, oh, somebody in PennDOT's probably hearing that right now. Going,
What?
no, but I mean, there are times that like yeah, I have applied to be a supervisor. I don't have the experience. Paperwork, like the paperwork we do for customers is one, but it's like the cash or stuff and the reports and things like that. I really have to get better at that stuff. I mean, I kind of like what I do, to be honest with you. I know it seems weird, but I like the fact that all the people I work with are really nice and we all get along and we're all in this together. Like you like to say, like, we're all in this together and it might not come back. I'm like, oh, we're all in this together. We're to find you. That's what I like. I mean, I have been an acting supervisor. I've helped out as a backup supervisor. And when the time is right and I have the right office, I might try for it again. I like what I do. And it's like it doesn't feel like work to me. And even when people are asking me lots of questions, they ask me to talk to people and stuff, it still doesn't feel like work because I like what I do. I like the supervisors we have. I like the coworkers I have. There's nothing I really don't like about the job except when we were there till 8 and 9 o'clock at night. That I didn't like. That you could keep. But yeah, if there's something else, I would like to be an auditor though, because I can like look at things and if there's a mistake, I can see where it got messed up and how we can fix it. I like the idea that we help people every day.
Yeah, I like helping people also.
I don't like the yelling and screaming now. You can keep that.
Yeah, I like helping people also, and I like what I do. But before PennDOT, I was working for my family business, their mental health company, and before that, I worked 10 years for Giant Supermarket in
And
Montgomery
was there another job you worked at before Giant? Because I remember you told me that a long time
at
ago.
my family business.
No, before Giant, did you work at another job?
No,
Oh, okay. So I thought you did before
no.
Giant in your family business before.
So I used to work for Giant for 10, 12 years, and I used to help lots of people there. Everyone knew me. at my location where I worked at. So I love helping people.
Yeah, and I notice a lot of people remember you because they'll come in and say, oh, it's good to see you. I was like, wow.
Do you still go shopping there sometimes? Do you have like a lot of do you have like points cards and stuff from there still?
Yeah, I still shop there sometimes.
Oh, okay. How many times do you go shopping there a week?
Like once a week sometime.
Okay.
Cool. We like
Yeah.
Giant.
Yeah. William, you got any question?
Yeah, Al. What's that say on your shirt?
He's an
Eagle scored
Dad.
Scout.
Eagle Scout Dad.
Eagle Scout Dad.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that shirt?
Yeah,
How
where'd you
you
get
got
this?
that shirt and all?
Where'd you get it from?
I think we got
I
this.
bought it for him when our son earned his Eagle Scout because I saw shirts like that and said, oh, that'd be nice. Because when our son earned his Eagle Scout, he was very happy about it. And to understand this, an Eagle Scout project is something they have to plan themselves. They have to get the money to do it, and then they have to ask people to help them. And mom and dad were just like basically helpers and stuff. We were helpers. I helped mix cement. He took him to get supplies like wood and stuff like that. So yeah, I bought him that shirt right before we had the big court of honor for him, which is, it's a big deal. It's like it took him, what was it, a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, a year between the planning it and getting it together and getting the supplies and asking for help and all that. It was a lot.
2%, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice.
Only 2% of scouts make it to Eagle.
it's higher now. We're also scout leaders in a troop. I was in scouting since my son was a Tiger Cub when he was in first grade. So I've been doing that, and
I was a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout. And it's cool to be able to take my son further than I was able to go.
How long have your kids was in the scouts for?
Harrison was in scouts from the time
From
5 to 18. When he was in first grade, that's when he wanted to join. He said, all my friends are in scouts. Can I go? I'm like, sure. And then when I got there and I was I was jumping and stuff. When they needed a new leader, they're like, and all the moms were like, you should be a leader. I'm like, why should I be leader? And they said, well, because the kids like you, which they did. Like I would make them laugh. Like we would have, like the parents each had to have a turnip running and meeting, and I had the Pennsylvania. It was like one of the first meetings I had to. I did Tall Tales one time and picked like different books to read and act them out, and then we used our old house. We had a pool in it, so we had a pool party as the first meeting. And I was talking to them about Pennsylvania, but look, let's be honest here. The kids wanted to jump in the pool and have fun, and then I gave them little handouts as they left. And I had to tell them all the interesting stuff about the state of Pennsylvania, like the state dog is the Great Dane, because fun fact, William Penn used them to work on his farm because Great Danes are huge. They're like these really big dogs. And the firefly is our insect. And like the tree, that was not interesting, but they're like, oh, you work for the state of Pennsylvania. You can get this information together like that. And I'm like, okay. But the pool was more interesting, which I think the pool was more interesting too, but I took a swim after all the kids left. But yeah, it was a lot of fun because the kids enjoyed it and I enjoyed doing it. And when he started Boy Scouts, because that's for all, he was in sixth grade, I think.
11.
11. He was 11 when he started Boy Scouts. And I'm like, good, he's going to Boy Scouts. I don't have to do this anymore. No, I just did behind the scenes, like I was the secretary. I helped one of the Cub Scout troops that our troop was affiliated with and stuff like that. I like anything that helps kids be turning into better adults to be better people.
Yeah.
How did you and Al first meet, and how long have you guys been married for?
Oh, well, that's funny. We have been together for 35 years, and we've been married for it'll be 27. It'll be 27 years this October. And we
What
met,
date?
or we were married on the 18th of October, and the day we met was June 16th of 1990 at the Frankfurt Transportation Center. Neither of us drove, and he was getting a bus, and I was waiting for the same bus. And I saw he had in his back pocket, no lie, he had a thick stack of bus schedules. So I said, "Excuse me, could you tell me when the next 5 buses coming?" And he said, "Yes." And he's given me this list of stuff. And we're on and we're sitting there and we're talking and talking and talking and talking some more. We got on the bus. He got off at one stop and he said to me, "Look, I'm really sick of girls giving me the wrong phone number. So you can call me if you want to." So he wrote his name and he wrote his phone number. And I'm like, okay, he's giving me the option to call him. So I did. I called him. And our first date was the movie Dick Tracy with, who was it?
Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty and Madonna and Dustin. Was it Dustin Hoffman?
I think.
Dustin Hoffman and Madonna. That was our first movie.
First date.
And our second date was a walk in Pennypack Park where he picked some blackberries, wild blackberries.
Wild blackberries.
Wow,
We've been together for a long time.
wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
I hope me and my wife last that long.
So who proposed first? You or you?
He did.
I'm
old fashioned and he had to propose. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah, and
I wasn't buying him a ring. That was, but
No, I wanted to propose earlier than I did, but I had a condition that she needed to meet first before I proposed.
And I had to stop smoking. That was the deal.
Yeah.
Because I smoked and and I quit smoking. I'm glad I did. It was the best thing I ever did in my life. But he made a bet with me. I said, I did every way I could to quit smoking, but I didn't do that nicotine gum stuff. And and he goes, "Why don't you try that?" I'm not paying for that. That's crazy. I mean, it's also crazy to spend money on packed cigarettes. But anyway, that's a different discussion. So he says, "I'll buy them for you." I'm like, "Sure." So then I stopped smoking.
How many kids do you have, and how old are they, and what do they do?
I have one. We have one. We were lucky enough to have one, and he's 25 and he lives in New York, and he is a personal trainer, and he works at different studios. He teaches Muay Thai, Krav Maga, and
Kickboxing
and mixed martial arts
and regular boxing.
And he also is a musician. He sells beats to rappers and he does his own music.
So he writes his own music and all.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
where we can get him on our show sometime?
Yeah, we should get him on our show sometime.
You should definitely. I will talk. We're going to be talking to him later, and I will let him know.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, wow. Yeah, that's when we met though. We met in June 16th, 1990 at, I think it was 5 in the afternoon.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Mhm.
And then I proposed the same June 16th,
At
same
midnight.
day.
June 16 is the African American holiday.
96.
Oh, no, no, June 16th, not Juneteenth. We,
Juneteenth, yeah.
yeah, he proposed on the 16th, 3 days before Juneteenth, so yeah.
And what do you guys think of the Eagles so far?
Oh, I love the Eagles. Oh, they're gonna win. And go with the tush push. That's all I'm saying. The heck with the Rams and all those other people, bunch of crybabies, if you ask me. And if you don't ask me, I'm still gonna say it anyway, because I'm an Eagles fan. I've been an Eagles fan since I was what, 8, 9? We spent Sundays watching football at my house. We didn't have until after the games were over.
Did Alan ever take you to any Eagles game back in the days?
Well, we never went when we dated, but we did do some preseason games, and that was cool. Even though my friends are like, that's not real football, it's only preseason. I'm like, oh, be quiet.
Yeah, I like going to the preseason game because tickets are much cheaper that time. Because
Exactly.
right now tickets are like $300-$400 a ticket.
Woo!
Or 500 or 600 or 700,
Hey, thanks.
800
Yeah, no.
or 1,000 per ticket.
And yeah, and that's like, I wanted to see them and Dallas, and they're like, oh, that's only because I went to, what was it, that StubHub or something. Oh yeah, they're only 500 a piece. I'm like, 500 a piece. I could do a lot with $500, and going to a game is not one of those things. A vacation down the shore, perhaps, yeah, maybe. But a game, whoo, no. That's why I watch it on TV like everybody else. And we watch it, and the thing is, sometimes the games are on the same time as our scout meeting, which is on Sunday. So we're all asking, all the scout leaders are asking, what's the score? What's going on? And when they're like, oh, I'm like, what do you mean? What's wrong with you guys? You got to get better. And it's usually like the half point where it's like they're like a touchdown or two behind. I'm like, they're gonna get it. They're gonna make it. And yes, I love my Eagles.
Have you been to Phillies game lately?
Oh yeah, we went to a Phillies game. Yeah, he took me. I left to work early to go too. And yeah, that was, oh, and they won. But
a month ago?
Yeah, like a month ago. Like, was it? Yeah, it was August. It was hot. That's how I remember. It was hot. But it was good. It was they were beating them up. We went.
Don't get the cheesesteak.
Don't get the cheesesteak there. Don't buy a cheesesteak there. They're not good.
Alan, what's your favorite cheesesteak place?
Well, I have several actually that rank up in the top 5. Now, there's one that we discovered recently in Ambler called High Steaks.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. They use their special blend of cheese and the meat's tender and they chop it up. I like the meat chopped up. I don't like a tourist trap Pat steak or Geno's where they just
Oh my God!
where they just
always say that.
where they just take the meat and throw it on the roll without chopping it up. So D'Alessandro's, across the street, Chubby's. There's 2 places around here though that we go to, so we don't have to drive to like Roxborough or Ambler. We go to those places when we're nearby. But there's a place in Parkside, not too far from Media, called Phil and Jim's. And it's really good.
Yummy.
And there's another one in Woodland called Michael's Sandwich Shop. So we usually get it with extra American and fried onions and sometimes got the role.
So what are your favorite steak places? Do either of you have preferences?
I like D'Alessandro's. I like Gino's. Go to Gino's sometimes, so I like Gino's. Yeah, that's the only two places I like.
Oh yeah, I remember when last time I went to Geno's was last month in August when I was taking a trip to Philly with my family one weekend.
Okay.
Raul, you tried Dallas Sandals before?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'm planning to go to Chubb with Alan mentioned, so I'm planning to go to that place.
Chubb Steaks, you mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can.
Is where you mean where Dallas Sandals is?
Yeah, it's friendly. You can sit down and
They serve beer. They have beer there too. And they have drinks, I think. I don't know.
I think.
Yeah, I think they do. But yeah, I like Chubby's. We went there after Ale and I had to change the tire on the way home from our scout meeting.
Yeah, if you're
Which-
across the street from Dallas Sanders, you have to be decent to
Because
survive.
the line is pretty long. And the line is nice. And you can sit down. And they take credit cards. That's the other part we like.
Uh, what do you guys do during your free time?
We binge watch TV. We like to take drives. Like sometimes I'll just say, let's go somewhere, and we just take a work drive. Sometimes we'll go to Lancaster. Sometimes we go to Delaware. Sometimes we don't know where we're going, and we'll just get somewhere, and it's pretty fun. And now that we have more free time, we have more fun. So yeah. But everything we do is fun. Like during the pandemic, we would go food shopping, and that was a date.
Yeah.
And now it's still a date. So yes, we're just lucky like that. I know everybody's like, "Are you kidding me?" No, we really do. So yeah.
My co-host William, he got married like when did you get married, William?
2000 and January 2023.
Nice. Oh, that's nice.
It's been 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
His wife is in Ghana.
She's still in Ghana right now. That's
okay.
where she and my dad and his family are from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, William got married in Ghana, so
back in January 2023.
He went for like a couple of weeks in Ghana.
It was 3 weeks.
William, what do you like about Ghana?
I like their goat meat, like we cook at home.
What is it?
Goat meat with fufu.
Goat meat. I've never had that.
It's like lamb and stuff, right? Rahul, you seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the tradition wedding was nice. Though when we dressed up for the engagement and then we had the wedding.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Alan and Kathy, what type of cuisine foods do you like from different countries? What kind of cuisine foods have you guys tried?
Well, I have tried Indian food, which your wife makes the best chicken rice anywhere. We all know this.
I like that. It has a little bite to it.
Yeah, and we can't, and it's like the best.
Thank
Even
you.
the stuff we got from the King of Prussia place does not hold the candle to your wife's cooking. I like Indian food. I like Italian.
Sushi.
And sushi is good. And Chinese food is good. And I've spent 2 weeks in Ireland, and their food is pretty good too. So let's see what else.
We used to like pizza a lot. I don't eat it as much.
Pizza.
I don't eat it as much. It makes my blood sugar spike. But I have a problem because I like anchovies and she doesn't like them. And I can't even put them on half of the pizza because then the oil will leak onto the other side. So if I get them like on the side and put them on, they're not really grilled. So the only time I can have an anchovy pizza is if I have a personal one.
Is when your wife isn't eating it. That's when you can have it. It's just it's too salty. I'm having a thing about too much salt. Like some people like to eat a lot of things with salt. It just reminds me of salt.
How long were you in Ireland for, and what do you like about Ireland?
Well, I went to Ireland with my aunt in 1995. And I like the fact that it was so green over there and that the people were really nice over there.
That was the first time we were away from each other for an extended period of time.
Yeah, that's right. And what I liked about it was people were really nice. The coastline is really nice. I actually took a walk down on the beach and this dog, because we went to a lot of bed and breakfasts because it's better that, it's better than a hotel because it's like you're staying with people who live there. So we had things like scones and like real Irish butter, which is it's like the curry gold stuff that you get at the store. It's better, I think. And because it's so green, the cows have really good milk. And it was the coastline was beautiful. Everything I saw there was really, I still have pictures. I have a ton of pictures. I should bring some in as soon as I can figure out what box they're packed in.
Do you like the food and all
The
over
food
there?
in Ireland was really nice. They had I had a lot of beef over there. There was salmon was over there because it is near a coastline, so you can get all kinds of really good seafood there.
What?
You had lots of Irish potatoes over there?
Oh yeah, well
The
not
sweet
the Irish.
potato?
No, but they make potatoes at least 3 ways at each meal. Like they'll have scalloped potatoes, mashed potatoes, and baked potatoes. And then at another meal, they'll fry the potatoes for breakfast. And then they'll make like boiled potatoes. And it's like everything. So you'd never eat all that potatoes. But it actually was, I enjoyed it. But it was weird. I had a pizza over there and they had, because I just looked at my Facebook feed from years ago. It was an exact replica of a pizza I had over there. There was ham, pineapple, which everybody kind of makes fun of that, corn, and and cheese. But it was really I'm not eating, like, could you like take because I was an American, so they laughed. They said, a lot of people like this. I'm like, okay, I'll try it because it was pizza. So if there's cheese, tomato sauce and cheese involved, you can never go wrong. So I had that. It was actually pretty good. So yeah, I liked everything over there. I had fish and chips over there. There's a lot of different, like there's some English food over there. I like the fish and chips. That was good. That was my favorite thing over there. And the beef was really good because the grass is really green, so everything tastes better over there.
Yeah.
It did.
Have you ever tried any other foods from different countries, like African food, German
Well, I've
food?
never tried Africa. Oh, wait.
When I was working on the research project, there were the students from Temple University. Some of them were from Africa. And one of the guys there brought in some peanut soup. And I never tried that before. And he gave me a taste. And it was so delicious, but he wouldn't give me the recipe.
Because it was a family recipe. Yeah, but I've had peanut soup. That was really good. I've never had African food, but if I could find a restaurant that had it, I would try it. I've had Jamaican food, and what else? We had Jamaican food in Jamaica. That was good stuff. And I haven't had African food, but I would try. I mean, now I remember I had peanut soup, but I don't think I've had anything else from for any African food, but I would try it.
Well,
I'll try everything at least a few times.
uh, have you ever had German food? And what about like Egyptian food and w- w- see, a- and food from and Greek food?
I've had Greek food. I've had gyros. I've had.
There was,
I like gyros too. Raul, do you like gyros?
No, I never tried that. No.
It's good. It's good, Raul. You'll love it.
yeah, there's a Greek festival that comes around every once in a while. We went
There's one this weekend, actually, in media.
Oh, there is this
Yeah,
weekend,
there's
huh?
this. Yeah, somewhere, and I've had German food. Because we went to the Outer Banks, and there was a beer. It was like a beer company, but I went for the root beer. Just be clear on that. And they had Wiener Schnitzel and strudel, and I forget what else. There was another one I can't remember, but it was really good stuff. Oh, and German potato salad.
Yeah.
I kind of was like, and yes, I'm an Irish girl who likes her potatoes, but yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. And what is the longest flight you what was the longest flight you've been on?
To me, that the longest flight I ever went to was the
Both,
one,
both
Both
of
of you,
you.
for both of
Both
you.
of you.
both of us together.
Probably Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah, that wasn't too long. Oh, coming home was long.
Wait, we went to California once
We went to California. Oh, we went to Arizona. That was
in Arizona.
yeah. The longest flight we ever went on together was probably the one coming in from Arizona because we got there, we left at midnight to come back to Philadelphia because it was 11 there and it was already, we lose time going back. So I think we got in at like 6 a.m. or some craziness. But yeah, that was long. That was like 6 hours. Phew.
Alan, you never went to another country
Yeah.
like
When I
Kathy went to Ireland?
Yeah,
never
when I
been
was 15, I guess I was about 15. I don't think I was 16 yet. Might have been 15 or 16. I went to Israel for 6.5 weeks during the summer with an overnight camp. So that we did a stopover in France, and so it wasn't nonstop, but that was the longest flight I was ever on. It was a 747 too.
747?
Yeah, I remember because of that. There was like 12 seats across or something. They had two aisles, and it was huge.
Did you like Israel when you went
Oh
to
yeah, it was great. It was right after, it was 1974. It was right after the island of Cyprus was under attack, and Nixon resigned while I was away. But I did a walking tour of the old city, the wall, and I went hiking in the desert and swimming in the I did a hike up to the top of Mount Masada, and a number of people wanted to walk back down again as well because they had a cable car. But I decided to hike up and down, and then we went right into the Dead Sea after that. And then after that, we went on glass bottom boats in the Gulf of Eilat. And I remember taking a hike in the desert, and it was 127 degrees in the shade. So we had to keep drinking water because it would evaporate, and you wouldn't sweat. It would just evaporate. So they had to tell us to keep drinking water. So those were a few of the highlights.
Have
Okay,
you traveled anywhere else?
No.
No.
No. If
Uh,
anybody,
hey,
if anybody's
I'll
still
do it.
watching, if
If anyone's still watching, please click. You can comment on the chat box if anyone's watching.
How many people joined the stream?
right now, so far 15 people are watching us right
Yeah,
now.
we have it's 15. We have 15 viewers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it
Hello.
was showing 15. But Kathy and Alan, do you have any motivational quote for the viewers or for anyone watching? Do you have any motivational quote?
A motivational quote.
Yeah, like
Uh,
something
yeah, yeah,
positive.
yeah. I got a couple. Don't worry about things that you have no control over.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
Because
a good one.
Alan, sometimes I have a hard time with that. I worry about things I don't have a control over.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, it's a bunch. It's like a wasted energy.
Yeah.
So I heard that one today, actually. Another one that I like is it's easy to know what to do, but not so easy to do what you know.
That's a good one.
And mine, and I have one. I say it a lot. If you do the best you can on any given day, nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. As long as you do your best every day, you're okay.
Yeah, you say that all the time at work, so I like that.
Well, actually, that was something our boss said, or she said, if you're doing your best, that's all you can do. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. I'm like, if you're doing your best, nobody can tell you're doing it wrong.
Hey, Kathleen, do you tell Raul that every day at work?
Pretty much. But not saying that to Raul, he'll overhear me say it to somebody else. But it's something I say a lot because I have to hear from myself. Because sometimes somebody will say, you're so dumb and stupid or something. And I'll be like, and it's you can't really go, you know, like you think about it, but what I'll do is I'll go, well, you know what? We did our best, and as long as we do our best, that is all you can do at the end of the day.
Hey, Raul, does Kathleen know what happens at work sometimes when when a customer is being rude to you and stuff like
Yeah,
that? She
yeah,
knows. That's
yeah,
why she's told you that before. You're doing your best, right?
yeah.
I got another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have an open mind and you keep your eyes and ears open, you'll learn something new every day.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. You're exactly right.
Right? If you are missing one of those three, then the chances are you may be living in a bubble. How many people do you know that are living in a bubble?
A lot, a
A
lot.
lot.
They have their,
Probably a
they
couple.
surrounded themselves with their own ecosystem, and they only let certain information in.
Yeah, I try and give William positive word because right now him and his wife are away,
Yeah,
and his
yeah.
wife
No, I
is,
was gonna talk about it. Bro, I was gonna get into that myself.
yeah.
Let me say something. Yeah, like right now, I have no control over when my wife is getting to America because there's a lot of processing going on right now with that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm crossing my fingers that happens for you sooner rather than later, because two parts of a heart need to be together and not apart.
How did you meet your wife?
I met her through my dad.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my dad introduced me to her.
Nice.
Oh wow.
That is cool.
Me
Is
and
that,
me
is
and
that
my wife.
considered an arranged marriage?
Yeah. Raul, Raul, tell him what it was like for you when you had to wait. When you didn't have no
Uh,
control over your wife
me
and Kate.
me and my wife. Our marriage was arranged.
No.
We in 2019 I my parents were searching brides for me, so So we went to lots of girls' houses, and out of those, 4 said yes to me. So I chose my wife. So my wife was the lucky one.
Yes, and you're lucky, and you're both lucky.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're lucky to have her, and she is lucky to have you.
yeah.
So I look at
And
marriage.
and I got married in India, and I sat on a white horse during my wedding.
Oh,
Wow.
that is cool.
Yeah.
That is neat.
Before we wrap things up, what's your prediction for this Sunday's game, Kathy and Alan?
The Eagles will win. I
Eagles
don't
will
know the points, but they will win. I don't know about points. I just know the Eagles are going to win because we have a good team and a great coach.
Yeah, I hope they win this Sunday. And before we wrap things up, and before William says the closing statement, would you both join us for a Fly Eagle Fly song?
Sure.
Fly Eagle
Eagles fly
on the
on
road
the road to
victory.
victory.
Fight, Eagle, fight,
Fly,
score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3.
Three.
hit
Hit 'em
'em
high,
high, hit
hit
'em
'em
low,
high,
and let
and
the
watch our eagle
Eagles
fly,
fly.
fly,
Fly, Eagles, fly
fly
on
on
the
the
road
road
to
to
victory.
victory.
Eagles,
Yes.
Eagles.
Eagles.
William, can you do the closing statement?
Thank you, everyone, for listening to another episode of Rockin' and Raw with the Three Amigos. Please be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great night, everyone. Bye. See you on the next
Bye.
show.
See you next week.
See you next week on the show.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining, guys.
Thank you for joining.
Guys.
Thanks for having us.
Having
Yes,
us.
thank you.